My 6'10" ISO lockdown is back in NBA 2K26, and we are out here going crazy on the twos court, blocking threes and then finishing dunks off of our own rebound. One of the most unique and unstoppable builds I have created in NBA 2K26, and I can't wait to show you guys what we're doing today. I'm gonna give my build with all the updated cap breakers, my animations, the badges I'm using, the jump shot, and anything else you need to know about this 6'10" ISO lockdown. So since I'm putting you guys on to everything today, go down there, drop a like, drop a sub, turn the notifications on for me. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's take a look at this build and then get right into our gameplay. Alright, so here is the build, and I also did want to mention I submitted this build to NBA 2K for a community build, so if you guys want to see this one in the game, let me know in the comments. I really appreciate any support on that. But back to the build, we do get a 93 driving dunk for gold posterizer off rip, as well as some really good contact dunk animations. Being 6'10", we are going to dunk the ball a lot. The dunk meter is very, very good this year, so you know I'm going to be taking advantage of that. We also went with the 80 layup so that we have the BAM floater, as well as physical finisher, float game, paint patroller, layup mix master, everything else you're going to need. This build's going to finish layups and dunks very, very well, along with a 72 standing dunk for rise up. With layups, floaters, dunks, and standing dunks on this build, we are going to be a menace when it comes to finishing in the paint. Not to mention, we can also snatch back, hit middies, hit threes with our 81 and 80 ratings. We get set shot on I'll show you guys my badges in a second, but we get set shot on this build, and I do max plus to it, so we're shooting super consistently. I have not upgraded my free throw yet, but we do have 65 pass accuracy, more than enough for the twos and threes courts, and honestly more than enough for rec if you guys are safe with your passes. 74 ball handle and 68 speed with ball to get all of Kevin Durant's dribble animations, as well as lightning launch. And then the defense across the board, this is my 6'10" lockdown, so you know we had to have good defensive stats. 6'10" max wingspan with an 80 interior is going to get us a ton of stops in the paint. 83 perimeter to get stops on guards and anybody else dribbling out there. 79 steal to get all the interceptor steals and then the occasional bump steal. 89 block, which will eventually go to 93, making us a menace when it comes to people trying to finish on us anywhere. We're going to block shots on the perimeter and in the paint. You guys will see it in today's video, but then we will eventually also have the 80 rebound for rebound chaser, which will be very, very good once we have it, letting us help the center out and just grab a lot of rebounds on our own because we are so tall and lengthy. But we also have the 82 speed, 78 agility, 72 strength to get some good bumps, and then we'll have an 83 vertical just to make us super athletic. This is going to be the build. Let's go ahead and check out the badges really quick, and then we'll get right into our gameplay. All right, so here is all the badges that I currently have on this build. I did make it before I had Legend Rebirth, so it's obviously not completely maxed out, but I have like 10 builds already, so don't blame me. I will get to it. But anyways, I have my max plus 2s on set shot and shifty, and then I have paint patroller and lightning launch on the max plus 1s. And then here is all my animations as well. I know people are always asking for them, so here's everything I'm using. Feel free to save this, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. I'm also going to go over and give you my jump shot, so make sure you guys are putting this one on. Easily the best jump shot for 6'10" and up players. I even prefer this over Michael Porter Jr., so I don't know. This is definitely what I would recommend. Like I said, save it, screenshot it, whatever you have to do. But after you see the gameplay today, you're going to want to have this one on. So let's get right into our first game and show you guys how good this jump shot and build really is. So we are starting on a defense, and I do switch my takeover a few times. I go between 3 and D and shifty slasher or whatever the one's called, but that's made for slashing. But we are starting on a defense anyways. Going to end up locking this dude up, and they did have a 7'4" on their team, so he's going to step back and shoot right over my 6'10" popper. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to keep happening. And there was a gameplay patch today. I recorded this yesterday before it was changed, but we're not going to be playing a whole bunch of 7'4s out here anyway, so it's not going to matter. I do get a bad jump, but then I get my second jump and still get a 30% contest. That's the thing with a lot of these 6'10" lockdowns. You had that open shot as I'm talking about it, but that's the thing with these taller lockdowns is you can jump late or out of position and still get a contest or a stop on the perimeter, which is really nice, because what we lack in speed and agility on the perimeter, we make up for in being able to, like I said, get those late contests, the late jumps. I end up getting a super ugly offensive possession to go there to get our first 2 points of the game, but we can jump super late. I mean, people always talk about this build not having on-ball menace and stuff like that, but we make up for not having on-ball menace because we can play a little bit out of position, we can play a little bit more jumpy with our high block rating, and we can still get to contest and stop shooters on the perimeter very consistently. Now I'm getting to work with that driving dunk. You guys saw the 93 in the beginning. That's why I decided to cap break that before I cap break my block, as I snatch back tempo shoot this Jonathan Isaac jump shot. I've been tempo shooting with it a lot more on all of my 6'10" and up builds. And if you guys aren't tempo shooting already, I mean, I wasn't even really doing it in the beginning of the year, but I have started doing it now. We end up coming with our first win, 13-10 there. These are the quick games in the feeder that only go to 11, so we do end up coming back in that one and winning the game. Shows you guys how fast and easily we can win on this build. I mean, obviously the offense, the dribbling is a little bit slower because we are a lockdown, but we're still able to ISO, we're still able to take screens, we're still able to score consistently. And then the nice part of it is, even if we give the ball up, we can get consistent stops on this build. We have good perimeter, we have good interior, we have high block. Anyways, let's get into our next game. And what I was saying earlier is I didn't even really use tempo shooting or rhythm shooting. I really do prefer the button until I started using it on these more catch and shoot type of players. Obviously, I'm ISOing here and shooting tempo fades over their center, but I was using it mainly on like my catch and shoot players, so like my 6'10 center, my 7-foot center, and my 7'4" center. And I really did, like, it's way easier to time on these taller builds like this. It's something to do with this Jonathan Isaac base, and it just feels so good. So you're gonna see me doing that throughout this video, and then more so on other builds that are taller like this as I'm tempo fading there with the 81 MIDI. This build shooting is super consistently, honestly. There's another tempo fade in the corner. We're out here speed boosting, we're out here contact dunking, we're out here tempo MIDI fading on a 6'10" lockdown. If you guys don't like this build, I mean, this is a very fun build. If you're not liking this one, I don't really know what to tell you. I've been having a lot of fun on it, and you guys will definitely be seeing more gameplay on it. I've been posting a lot of lockdown content, so if you guys want to continue to see that, let me know down in the comments. I do have to pass off to my center there after I spam the behind the back a few times, and he goes ahead and finishes the game for us with a nice little standing dunk. And also, he is on a 6'10" popper that I put together, so if you guys want to, I also have gameplay on that one. So if you guys want to see a 6'10" popper gameplay, it will be dropping later this week. Make sure you're staying tuned for that. But as you can see, even before the patch, like I said, we're stopping 7-footers out here on this build. People were commenting on my last video about this one saying that I couldn't stop 7'4" centers, I couldn't contest them, this and that. I gotta stop right there, and I'm about to get another contest here shortly, and you guys will see. But since I've been putting so much time into my lockdown content, I know lockdowns are a big question on what they can stop, what they can contest. And after this 7'4" patch, I will be testing stuff on every one of my lockdown builds. I have a bunch of different heights. So if you guys want to know how these contests have really changed, stay tuned, and I will be giving you guys some updated information on that. As we get a nice little backdoor dunk there, I'm jumping at him again twice in a row, slow, early, high percent contest, getting stops on the 7'4". I do miss, but my center grabs a crazy rebound right there. The guy that he's guarding has a 96 offensive rebound, and the 7'4" shoots 88% from three. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated on that. That is who we're beating out here. We're up 10-5. We're out here stopping the 7'4" from hitting threes, and then my 6'10" poppers out rebounding the inside center. You love to see it out here. I am going to try to tempo fade that, but I pump fake instead, get him to jump, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a nice easy midi, knocking them off 12-5. Just another win out here on the 6'10" lock. I'm having so much fun on this build, and I really do hope, I just want to get this build out to as many people as possible because it's so fun on offense and defense, and it's still competitive, and it's still unique. It's not like what everybody else is running. So I'm really hoping this one does get into the NBA 2K community build section, and if you guys want to see that, again, let me know down in the comments. I appreciate any support on that. But let's get into our next game. Getting into this one, everybody we're playing against has been competitive so far. The theater matchmaking, I'm only a brown player on this build, throwing a self lob to myself. That's the clip you guys saw in the intro. Absolutely nasty. And now that I've remembered how to do self lobs, I'm going to do it again. I forgot, honestly, because I didn't use it as much as I used it last year, so I never think to do it until I get on these taller builds, the super athletic builds with high dunk, and then I start spamming it. But we got two there to start the game. My popper misses a rebound, or misses a layup in the paint, and then we're going to jump at the super tall build again. Another great contest, wide open in the corner. I'm tempoing that and knocking it down. But like I was saying, I'm only a brown plate on this build, and everybody we're playing against has been competitive in theater. I don't know, the matchmaking definitely got me. Maybe it's because I'm starter 3, I don't really know. But anyways, we end up winning yet another game there as my popper gets him to jump and lays it in. I kind of like the 11 game to 11 style games. Let me know what you guys think of those down in the comments, but I'm kind of liking it. We're flying through games, and we are already into our next one. Competitive or not though, in the theater, I definitely don't mind competition. It just gets a little tough when you never get an easy game to sit back and relax, but that's okay. We are blocking a 3-pointer there. That's another one you saw in the intro, and then throwing it down in the paint. Anyways, I have really been liking theater this year, competitive or not. I obviously would prefer to have a game where I can sit back and relax every once in a while, but that's okay. Theater has been great. The matchmaking's been good. There's a couple errors I get every once in a while about event has ended, but once that's fixed, it's going to be really nice just to be able to load up in here, and it doesn't matter too much because it doesn't count against your park record. As my popper throws one down there, giving us a 10-0 lead. We are just tearing stuff up on this lockdown build in the theater 2s. Playing a main ISO guard with only a 74 ball handle, 68 speed of the ball, step back and then dunk on the whole team to end the game. And that is going to be the last one I have on this build for today. That was our 6'10" ISO lockdown. Let me know what you guys think of this one down in the comments. If you stuck around all the way to the end, I really appreciate you watching through. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment on your way out. Make sure you have those notifications on because we're going to continue to drop bangers all through 2K26. That is going to do it for this one though. I will catch you in the next one.